All right, so I'm going to, let me just review where we're up to at this point. And I'll do this facing you first. And then I'll do it in the same direction that you'll practice it. So we're going to do commencement. Left ward off. Right ward off. Roll back. Pressing. And push. Okay, now let's do it this way. Feel free to come along with me on this one if you want. We'll start right at the beginning with, oh, by the way, I have ordered a mic, so I'll have a little mic within the week. And we are mirrored correctly. I've had the, somehow I had Zoom set up in the right way. So this is a correct mirroring for our purposes. So I'm going to face this way. I'll try to talk as loud as I can so you can hear me, but I'll do maybe most of the talking facing you. Okay. We'll start in preparation. See? And then commencement. Left ward off. Right ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Okay. So I want to just go over the next one, which is going to be single whip. And so the way I learned single whip from Ben, I'm no longer really using the beak as a striking surface. It's just too vulnerable, the tip of the wrist. But I am looking at the turn as a punching mechanism generated by waist turn. And I'll tell you about how I think of that. So to train this is how we're going to get started. So at the end of push, I'm going to just sit all my weight back on my left foot. If I can just sink all my weight down, my right foot will just hover very loosely off the ground. I'm going to turn, pivoting on my heel. So my nose, navel, and hand and foot all go together, all go this way. I'm going to bring that as far this way as I can, okay? Watch that you don't over-rotate your body, okay? So this we are losing the harmony of the 4 points. So wherever far I can turn here, that's where I want my hands to end, okay? So don't twist the body. Try to keep this in mind. Try to start training the awareness up here, okay? So I'm going to sit back. So at the end of push, I just sit back and sink. And I turn this way. I'm going to turn and spiral into my right foot, drawing the beak in here to get to this posture here. So this beak, my left hand is, Ben would always say, like trying to get your keys out of this pocket, over by my right hip joint. The beak is right above the left hand and the elbow is sunk there. This is how I learned it from Ben. And then we're gonna push this beak out here, okay? And the beak, so instead of just moving my arm, the beak is gonna travel on my waist turn. As it does that, the left foot is going to rotate on the toe. Okay, so the whole, this is all loose. So I don't go here and then go like this, all right? So I actually push and open, and that allows this to open here, okay? I'm going to step this foot, shoulder width in the new direction, okay? And then as I sink, this is one of those times where we're pulling, we're using that kind of pulling in quality. My leg's gonna be stationary, but I wanna pull. As I do, it creates this pung energy in the hand, right here, okay? So as I sink and come up, it creates this. As I pull here, it creates the effect in the hand. So I don't wanna move the hand all on its own. I wanna actually have the hand relate to what's happening in the leg. This is this full body kind of mechanism, okay? So I'm just gonna focus on my leg, and as I pull on it, I'm gonna let this, I'm gonna keep the elbow quiet. I'm gonna let the hand come up, pull, 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 pull the back foot through, completes here. And then this is bend bow, if you see my spine kind of bent. And then I'm going to open and extend my whole body. Extend the whole body out. So let's do that again. Actually, I wanted you to see that this is the way Ben treats the beak here. Robert had this idea about the beak, and I said, Robert, then what the hell? That is just not a good structure. And he said, this is primarily to come and wrap around. Imagine I have an opponent here. I'm going to wrap around their chin and neck, and then I'm going to pull it open. This is an attack to an opponent's neck and throat area. It's a health practice, okay? So I always am amazed, but anyway, this is a really violent breaking of the neck that can happen with this orientation. The way I like to look at it now is that we have an opponent at an angle that I'm going to deal with the opponent over this. I'm going to first deal with the opponent here, then I'm going to deal with an opponent here, and this happens here first, striking this way, and then I'm going to deal with something over here. So it's multiple opponents that we're thinking about in Tai Chi. Cheng said to put an opponent into the practice to make it real. He said when you do push hands, try to just do the form. Try to practice like there is nobody. When you do open hand practice, practice like there's somebody there. Interesting kind of paradox that he's set up, but it's a training kind of mechanism for the mind, how to get that to work. Okay, so one more time from the push posture. I'm going to sit back. Basically, I just want to move my head over my weighted foot and just sink, okay? Sink here. Move your head over the weighted foot. Turn. I see how I kind of opened up too much. And then spiral in this way. As we push that out, the left side of the body is open. Watch my knee. Watch this weighted knee. So, and as I step around, I don't want to collapse the knee in. I want to step, and then as I pull from my left toes, this goes with it. Oh. The hand goes with the pull. Don't move the arm locally. See if you can get by pulling down below, see if you can get this to go with it. Pull, pull. It turns in the back foot as well. So I'm pulling here, and then I'm engaging my waist, and I want to end up this direction here. Okay. Sink. Don't drop your head. So this one I always say head up, push out, and I'm just going to make a fist here. Step, pull. And now this is where the spiraling opens up here. This is, so when you see this, this is attacks right here. Notice where the attack comes right out on my shoulder, right on the line of my shoulder. Out here, if it's outside my body, I'm not as engaged through my left channel, and I'm relying more on the strength of my shoulder. This is actually weak. This is a weak posture. This is strong, this one right here. The elbow will line up right into the left channel, and I will not only be able to take my weight out of the back foot and put it into you, but anything you put into me here, I can just transfer right through my body. Out here, it's going to grab my shoulder and pull me off. Okay. So the alignment of the elbow and the hand, you just see how the hand lines up right in front of the shoulder nest, right in front of this part of my shoulder. Sit, turn, spiral in, all the weight, pick that foot. Then would have us just go pick the foot up. So that my teacher in Milwaukee called this the Jerry Lewis posture. Everything's come together like this. Okay, the Jerry Lewis posture. You can see my nice black socks. Everything comes in like this. Okay. And then I'm going to push by turning my waist this way. Something's going to go up on this side. Okay. I'm going to step, pulling, pull. Just feel that for a second. Pull from your left foot. Pull from your left foot. It's the left fingers to go up. So this is sinking. I mean, as I pull, I'm also, my left quad is gathering in. As that's doing that, my left hand goes up. What's that? This is sinking equals floating. This is pung energy. This is scooping under your opponent, okay? So here, when we get to here, I'm coming through. Kim Kanzelberger called this windshield wiper. And it's right in front of your body. So if I do it right here in front of you, it comes right up. It's right up in front of my body. Draw in and then open out. So here, in, rolls out. Rolls out. Do this with me. Roll out. The striking force on this is it's a rotation this way, okay, and just keep that elbow dropped inside. The more you let the elbow go out, the less power you have out of the leg. Okay, so we want the elbow really. So it's one of the harmonies, the 6 harmonies, elbows and knees. Okay. I also think elbow and quad, wrist and ankle. But when I can feel my quad gathering and my elbow turning, I know that I'm in harmony. I know my body is aligned. All right, so let's just put this on the regular direction now. Left ward off, right ward off, roll back, roll back, open, pressing, pung, U, on, G. So this is floating, sucking in, pushing down, pushing out. Float. So the first thing is imagine, I always tell people, see if I can do this. You know, imagine there's a rock in the river or something. I want you to flow around. I want you to flow around that rock. So if I'm in press here, flow around it. So if you look at me this way, I'm in press here. I can't really hold this, but as I do, I just flow around that thing. Push. So I'm going to sink. When I do this, I really think of putting my zongding, my head top, right over the center of my left foot, and that really does the trick. Okay, so if I just sit back, I still have a little weight in that front foot. So a good way to practice this is bring your head top over the foot, and just then the sky is loose and empty. Float, suck in, push down, push out. Compress the beach ball, boom, boom. Compress it, let it go out. Sit straight back. Turn. Keep your head up. See how my feet look? This guy's straight ahead, this way here. It's this way, so it's going to make it easier to open up this way. So if I only turn to here, if I only turn my foot to that level, this is a much harder opening for my hips on the next. So really sink and turn that guy like this way. Turn him like that. Don't over rotate your upper body. Pull down. This feels like pull in, push out. Pull in, out. You can kind of feel that IYTC kind of striking action in the arm. Pull in, out. So we rotate into this foot. All the weight's on the right foot. We push it out. Push it out. That moves the foot. So we don't go here and then turn this foot. Turn the left foot. The left foot turns because of what's happening in the waist. Don't overdo it locally. Don't overdo it locally. Just let it ride on the authority of the waist. Let it ride on the authority of the waist. You're going to step to the new direction down here, and then pulling, you come to here, this is yin, and then this is the yang. So this is the completion of yin, this is the completion of this one here, and then we go to this one. We go and open the body up completely. Open the body up. Open the body up. Watch my legs and torso. Open. And it drives out through here. Watch my head top. Boom. Boom. Right here. This single whip is for the lungs. It's to open. So Ben would have us just hold posture like this for 20 minutes. I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. Well, 20 minutes probably. And it's just really super good for the lungs. Really just feel how big you can make your lungs feel. Okay. That's the end of Grasping Sparrows Tail. Okay, and I'm very happy we achieved that, so that's great. Let's do this together in the direction of the practice. And we'll do commencement, hung, G, U, on, sink. So this thing, when you feel incomplete, let ride that open bounce. When it completes, pull in from the right foot. As that happens, this is condensing everything right here. Boom. Okay. All the weights here down through the right side. I'm going to open and step again. You can see my torso, leg, head, top move, open. Then I'm going to bow. So this is, as I'm pulling in with the left foot, what's happening? Pung is happening in the left hand. Okay? And open the whole body. Press this down. Press that thing down. Feel that. Don't let that go slack and asleep. Keep this connection here. As you open, as you press here, let the fullness go all throughout the body. You open the left board off. Sink and gather. Open. See my body stretch. Step. That's the end of the yang phase in the transition. Sinking pulls in the back foot. Sinking pulls in the back foot. And open in the posture again. So from here, open. Continue to open. So that's a long opening cycle. It's a little bit different. And this one is, I feel like this is pulling rope. Like you're in a rope pull, you got a tug of war going on. Pull straight down. Turn. Don't collapse the right knee. Keep that right knee nice and open. What I mean by that, I'll do it here. As I come this way, don't collapse this part of your body. Keep that open. It's empty, but it's energetically alive. Don't let it go to sleep. See how collapsed the energy is there? So when I sink here, when I come this way, don't collapse the right knee. Don't collapse the right knee. See how that works? And then pulling again, pulling. So from right ward off, roll back, roll back. So this is where yin completes right about here. And then my whole body opens. Watch this hand. My whole body opens. My whole body opens. The strike comes right on the center line. Right here. Bang. Pull in. Yin completes. All the weight goes into the left foot. Completes. Then open. I'm exaggerating. I don't want you to float your body ever, but I want you to see this opening all through the torso, the tissue. Then suck in. Draw in. Keep this here. Suck in. This is the rollback. This will start training this sucking in quality. So in order to go out, you have to be able to draw in, okay? Sit. Open. Suck in. Suck in. So my body's kind of moving into my right hand. My body, so I'm not pulling it in, not acting locally. I'm doing this really from the core of my body. Pressing. Pushing. Float. Suck in. Push down. When the ball bounces, go out. Sit straight back. The tendency is for people to start turning right away. First, sit straight back. Then turn. Draw into your right side. Step and pull. Open. Okay. Allie, would you please, I'd like you to demo for us and put you on spotlight for a second. So if you can go from, let's see, face away from the screen, please. And a few more steps ahead, That way, okay, or you can adjust, okay. Okay, step back now. You're a little too far. That's good. Oh, no, okay. All right. Well, we're perfectionists around here. I can't quite see your feet yet, but if you step, I know. So hard. Should just have a little Tai Chi setting on her. There, that's perfect. Now turn around. Turn around. Yeah, great. Right in there. Okay, so commencement. Go ahead, continuous. Open. G, roll back. Put it down. Follow in. Follow into that foot and then feel the opening. Then suck into the right foot completely until the left foot is empty, and then open and step. Sink creates the energy in the left hand. Open and left ward off. Turn and capture. Turn and catch the ball. Then open. This is a yang part of the transition. Slow down. Then the yin is going to turn in the back foot to there. Now open in the posture. Continue to open. Turning. Pull the rope in. All the weight back into the left foot. Turn, open, and strike with the right hand. Suck everything in. Everything come in, because now she's going to open. Back, suck in, push down, and then go out. Sit all the way straight back. Turn. Hold, hold, hold. Go back. Allie, can you hear me? I just want you to turn from the end of, so sit back from push. Sit back from push. Sit back. Turn. Turn. Turn, 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 turn. Pick up your foot. Just hover it. Just hover it. So all the weight's going to be in that left foot, okay, at that point. She's leaning just a little bit, but that's okay. Turn to your right, turn back in, stop, hover, yeah, all the weight. So this is a kind of wrapping in that we want to do. Then push it out, and that moves the left foot. Pull, complete, stop. So that's, she's almost, get a little bit more completed, complete more. Okay, now open. Yeah, drive that energy out of the left hand. Drive it, use your head top, go forward, use your whole body. Focus on the length of your body. If you're a nice long person like Allie, you've got a lot of tissue that can go into this process, okay? Yeah, very good, Allie, thank you. Okay. All right, back to me. All right, let me unmute everybody for a sec. Okay, so are there any questions on that one?
Yes, this is probably very elementary, but what does pung mean?
Pung means ward off.
Oh.
It's one of the four primary jings, four primary expressions. It's the Chinese word for ward off. So you know ward off, roll back, press and push.
Yeah.
That's pung. Pung is ward off. G is press. Liu is roll back, and on is liu. It's pronounced liu. It's spelled L-U or L-I-U sometimes. That's roll back, and on is push down.
O-N or
A-N. A-N.
Oh, A-N.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Peng, Ji, Liu, An, four primary jings. And they express themselves all over the form in various ways, different ways. They're part of the 13 postures. We go on from those guys to pull down, split, shoulder, elbow, look left, look right, step forward. Is it step forward, step back, look left, look right? And then central equilibrium is number 13. So these are the 13 postures in the that are the manifestations of the energy. That's how they talk about it. But these first four are the ones that show up right in commencement. They show up again in push. They're a reprise of commencement. So that's what's going on. Any other questions? Jamal is on mute for some reason. Okay. So, all right. Well, let's just.
Talking, Bill. I didn't want to distract you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to mute everybody again, and we'll just. I want to. Yeah. So Allie is actually doing what we want to do next, and she's doing the Grasping Sparrow's Tail in all the four cardinal directions, which is this is the training that we're after. To be this can be your whole practice, just doing Grasping Sparrow's Tail, and you can do it in all four directions. And I guess let me show you what I mean by that. And I'm going to mute everybody again and just show you, so you can start thinking about this. If you have 15 minutes to practice, you can do Grasping Sparrow's Tail probably a dozen times and keep it in a continuous loop, and I'll show you how to do it. I'll start in this direction and then just continue on. I'll do it one time. And this will start with commencement, the four main jings. Sing. Left ward off. Right ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. So I'm going to end in this pulse here, and then I'm going to come in. I'm going to reestablish my body here. Sink again. So this is the new direction. Just let me do this all the way through. You can just watch this time. So practice making you aware of not being reliant upon what is face forward. You'll look at four directions, left ward off. Right ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. So I'll have this pulsing opening. It'll kind of hit its max, and I'll go yin again. That moves my foot. And I'll pressurize my whole body. That's yang. And I'll sink into commencement again. Push. last time. Right back where I started. So that is it's using the 4 directions. That's using the Grasping Sparrow's Tail and doing it in 4 directions. And I think that probably took, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes maybe to get all the way through it. Maybe a little longer. But if you only have 15 minutes, this is a beautiful pumping, pulsing action to really train and strengthen this part of the form. This is the core of the form. And if you want to practice anything, practice this. Let this become the strength of your understanding, because this will show you it has a lot of the answers to your questions right here. And so I'm talking about this pulse too, and I want you to realize that the second qigong, this yin and then the yang, it's happening continuously, and it's right inside this all the time. The body never goes slack or pauses or poses. You're either gathering or you're opening, and you're gathering again or opening. And so, and sometimes the gathering speeds up to do something, depending on your opponent, the speed. Your opponent gives you your speed. The opponent's action to you gives you the speed that you act on. By listening to your opponent's speed, it tells you how fast and how soon you need to open to get out of the way or to do whatever. Your opponent gives you the speed. Practice as slow as you can so you can really study how effective you are throughout the whole phase of the action. The encouragement is to study as slow as you can before you stop. So if you're going so slow that your body stops, too slow. But if you're kind of gliding through everything, you're not really looking deeply enough to see, okay, where is yin and yang complete? It's an art form. It's intended to be exquisitely entertained inside yourself. And that is the beauty of it. I mean, it's not readily available. It comes over time. It's also self-secret. The more you look with integrity, intimately into your own body, the more it exposes itself to you, the more it shows you where you're stiff, where you're speeding up too much, where you're disorganized. Your body becomes your teacher. Follow it. Let the body be your teacher. And I think if you use the second and third qigong on top of this, then you can really study, okay, am I opening there? I'm continuing. Opening completes, then I better start gathering. Okay, that's right. Gather. Okay, then something else. So look at it that way. Look at it as this gives you an opportunity. You're already getting trained with the mechanism to correct yourself. And that is the primary goal, not to have a teacher, but you become your own teacher, you become your own guru, and you have a way to talk to yourself about how true you are, how accurate you're being, how clear and fundamental. It's a kind of a self-truth practice. All right, enough of that. And I think we may just end a little bit early today. I'll just make, if anybody has any questions, we'll put this out in. So we'll go over, this will be something that we do for a long time, so do not worry about getting it right away. But Allie, do you have anything you want to add to any of that?
Yeah, I wanted to say that when you bring up going around the rock, you know, there's a rock in the river and you're the water, and you're going from press, I mean, in the form from press, and we're going around the rock in the river. Yeah. That is just, to me, the best imagery that you've ever given. And it really has helped that section of the form for me.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, your body should be like water. I mean, we should be water. I mean, Chung Seng Fen looked at a stork fighting a snake to understand, does the straight or the supple win? And it's a little bit of both in different places. So, I mean, but most of us at this point in our life are mostly straight, and we need supple. We need that circularity in our body. And if you watch some of like Cheng Men Ching's old videos, he calls it swimming on land. That's what it is, swimming on land. And you should feel like that. I mean, you should feel some gentle pressure on the surface of your body, like there's some surface tension from going through water. I mean, that's intended. And that's that tugging that is created by the silk reeling. That's the fascia getting energized and stimulated, and the intelligence of the fascia working as a system. It's like a baby breathing when it's sleeping. You know, the whole body is kind of, you know, going like that. At this age, we have to actually kind of train. Oh, I'm stiff right there. I got to open that shoulder a little bit more. So, I mean, we have to look a little differently at this age in our lives. But it's there for us. We can do it, and it's a beautiful chance to release these micro holdings in your body.